Hi, welcome to another video. This is a continuation of our fall party arrangements. We're going to go ahead and do the tall centerpiece or buffet arrangement. So what I have here is a 9-inch acrylic tray with a block and a half of floral foam in there. What I've done is greened in with viburnum and maple in those beautiful fall colors. I love the reds with the greens. Not a big fan of the yellows necessarily, but the reds and the greens. So let's get started. We're going to use all these beautiful jewel tone flowers behind me here. I'm going to start with hydrangeas. These beautiful dark purple hydrangeas. I don't know where they're getting them right now in early November, but here we are with these beautiful purple hydrangeas. And the hydrangeas I'm going to set sort of deep in the foam just to kind of cover the foam. So we're making our sort of a jewel tone arrangement with reds, purple, some interesting salmon-y colors, and apricot-y orange. Okay. Okay. I've got 3 hydrangeas in here. I think that's good. I don't want it to be overwhelmingly purple. I want it to be primarily a red arrangement. Then we've got these beautiful red roses, freedom roses. Look at how beautiful these roses are. Gorgeous velvety red roses. I'm going to use 4 red freedom roses in here. Okay. Now, keep in mind that this is going to be overhead. Right now, I just have this tray placed on a cylinder, raise it off of the turntable so that I can see the sides, but it's going to be an overhead arrangement. I'm going to put it on a very tall vase, so you want to make sure that the sides of the arrangement look really pretty, because that's where most people will be looking at the arrangement, not from the top down. So we want to make sure we have lots of beautiful flowers along the sides here. Okay. And we have the beautiful, rich, velvety coxcomb. I love this for fall. Love the texture. And they're perfect right now. This is the time of year for this coxcomb. Okay. And they fill up a lot of space in these big arrangements. Okay, so it doesn't have to be all hydrangeas. That's the thing, when you're working with exposed foam, like we are now, we've greened in a lot with the fall foliage, you're not seeing it, but often it's a challenge to cover all the foam along the sides. Okay, I think I'm going to do some up top there. Really interesting shapes. This truly does look like a coxcomb, this one right here, right? And the color's so pretty. Some of it is just deep red, some of it is kind of a magenta red. Just love this material. Okay. And then let's put in some of these berries. What I have here are Cotonie aster berries in orange. And cut them in segments so I can use them. Okay. This will give you some interesting line in your arrangement, so it's not just a big roundy moundy. You know, it's too short for the center. I'm going to use this piece on the side here. And it doesn't have to be, you know, perfectly symmetrical. Go ahead and let some of the lines, you know, show. We want it to be not perfect. some of the lines come out almost asymmetrically. As long as you have visual balance in your arrangements, they don't have to be perfectly symmetrical in terms of, you know, using the same exact materials everywhere. Okay, like that. It gives it a lot more dimension. Makes it larger too, without being heavier. Okay. Often when you have long pieces, you kind of have to find where you can strategically cut it so that you don't have a blunt end and you can still use the bottom piece. I think I'll do it here. Here's my piece I cut. Okay. Here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I don't know how many of you are going to be entertaining for Thanksgiving. We used to have, oh gosh, almost 30 people over for Thanksgiving. My parents always did that, and my mother and I would cook together. We would collect all the single people or all the people who aren't going home for Thanksgiving, and everybody's invited to our house. Now our Thanksgivings are a little bit smaller. We go to my good friend Mark's house for Thanksgiving every year. He is a family friend, almost like a brother to me, and he's been wonderful in hosting us for Thanksgiving. So they'll make the turkey every year, and then I try to help by making all the sides, or not all the sides, but a lot of the sides. Let's add in some more of the roses. Here is that beautiful salmon-y papaya color rose called Rockstar. Had to get it because what a great name, right? I was talking to my neighbors yesterday. We have neighborhood get-togethers every Wednesday night about how sometimes, you know, I get tired and I don't want to do anything for the holidays. I just want to go on a cruise. But I think it's important to make an effort, right? So get into the holiday spirit, decorate your house. Here is that beautiful Kahala rose, which has sort of, it's almost like a peachy colored rose, but the outer petals are kind of kissed with amber. So I thought it'd be wonderful in this fall arrangement. Kind of unexpected, but goes well with the jewel tones. It lightens it a little bit and adds orange without it being like too orangey and orange, if that makes sense. I mean, I love orange, but I thought it'd be more sophisticated to use sort of these colors instead. Okay. I love fall. Love this time of year. The weather is beautiful in California right now. A little cold overnight, but every day it's like 70 degrees. The heat is over. The only thing is not much is blooming in the garden. We're getting ready to winterize everything, which here doesn't mean much. It doesn't get that cold here. Okay, I'm going to stand back and take a look, see what we need to add. Okay, we're almost done. I have these beautiful orangey snapdragons. I love these snapdragons. They have kind of a salmony pink tip, and then the florets on the bottom are more orangey. I think they'll be bright and beautiful in this arrangement. Okay. Put some in the center here. To find the nice straight, strong ones to use for the center. I didn't used to love snapdragons. Now I love using them because I think the tips are great. Gives you some movement. They come in so many colors, and that little bit of green on the tips adds like a nice, kind of fresh color to all arrangements. And they come in almost every color you can imagine. I was going to get the dark burgundy ones, but they I don't know, they just didn't speak to me. I put it together with, I put it against the the flowers I had already purchased, and I just thought this orange is, I don't know, a more unexpected almost color. And the dark burgundy was also a little bit too similar to the celosia we have. I'll show you, we have these plumed celosia that are burgundy. So we already have sort of a pointy flower in that dark burgundy color. I think that's enough. Do we need another one here? I have to kind of look to make sure we don't have a weird line sticking up. Or two sticking up to the top like antlers. So you want to have multiples, not just a pair of snapdragons at the top like antlers. Okay, let's put this back. I bought some of these beautiful garden spray roses just because they're just so beautiful. They look like little tiny David Austin roses in a spray, and they're this beautiful apricot, golden apricot color that I thought would actually work well with the fall colors we're doing. It's lighter, but it still has that apricot golden color in the center instead of pink. So I think I'll add a little bit of this. I do love spray roses, as you all know. And let's see, where can we add that? And it just makes the arrangement more natural and just less, a whole lot of just big roses everywhere. Okay. Okay. See how beautiful these are? I love these. Remember back in the spring when I was doing arrangements of David Austin roses that I grow? I miss them. I still have a few roses in the garden, but it's early November when I'm doing this video, and sort of like the last bits of the roses are left. Getting ready to prune and getting ready for another big flush of blooms next year. Hopefully we'll have good rain in California this year. I think we're supposed to. The roses were phenomenal this year because we had so much rain in Northern California. It was disastrous for a lot of people, but it was a boon for my rose garden. So I hope for a lot of rain, but not flooding for all the people in flood-prone areas. Okay. Oh, look at how long the stems are. How do they grow these? I mean, these I think are local. I think grown in Petaluma, California. Just gorgeous. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I'm going to stop. Now, I have some of this burgundy celosia that, unlike the coxcomb, is just in a sort of a feather-looking plume. See how pretty that is? Like a feather. This arrangement is almost Victorian looking, isn't it? With all the strong colors and the velvety textures. I think my client's going to love it. I love it. Hope this inspires you to do something interesting for your Thanksgiving this year. I mean, I'm so tired of the sunflowers and pumpkins and the fake oak leaves. Please don't do those. You can create a sophisticated arrangement with jewel tones for fall. It does not have to be yellows and oranges and pumpkins. Nothing wrong with pumpkins. I love my pumpkins too. When I'm driving around, I'm looking at all the beautiful fall foliage in people's gardens. I always want to leave them a little note and say, hey, can we do a trade? I'm a professional florist. I'll create a centerpiece for your Thanksgiving if I could come cut some of your sugar maple. I've never done it, but I often think I should leave somebody a note in the neighborhood. There's all this beautiful Chinese pistachio that lines the street here. They're just starting to turn. Now I have some of the viburnum are from my garden and they're really gorgeous right now, but they're just starting to turn color. They're all green still. And I have a lot of Japanese maple and they're still mostly green, not a lot of fall color on them yet. But I think in a week or two, they'll be in their prime. Okay, so we're mostly done with this arrangement. I'm gonna add in some of this brown agonis so that it goes with the arrangements we did for the centerpieces and the cocktail tables. This is a lovely material. It's called brown agonis and it's chocolatey brown. And I love that every piece is beautiful. You never have any bad pieces, nothing to trim off, and you can use every segment of this. So a bunch goes a long way because you can use every little bit of it. I like to use it all throughout the arrangement, almost like a filler. It lends movement into the arrangement. And I think that brown is such an unexpected, sophisticated touch. I also love plum foliage, but I went for the agonis because I needed something with this kind of a texture. And see how it makes this arrangement look bigger because you're, putting in some cascading elements. Okay. I could go crazy with this and put too much in, so you guys have to stop me. Okay, so we have it around the perimeter, kind of cascading. Because remember, this is going to go on top of a very tall pedestal vase, so you want the lines to kind of cascade down. And you don't want to just have that material around the edge, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit in throughout the arrangement so that you have some repetition. It's not just around the edge of the arrangement. Okay, there's some in here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, you guys have to stop me. I'm going to do one here, have it kind of angled down. Okay, and I am going to stop. So we're all done. I'm going to turn this on the turntable so you can see it from all sides. I love this arrangement. I love all these beautiful jewel tone blossoms, just with a hint of fall, very sophisticated fall. And I'm going to show you the prop we're going to be using. We're going to place this on top of a very tall vase. Let me show you the tall vase we're going to use. So I have this really beautiful gold pedestal vase right here. And I'm going to put a string of lights in there. These are the fairy lights. Fortunately, the pedestal vase has a hollow stem so that that battery pack is sit down there. I'm going to put that in here just to have a little interest. And then I'm going to try to put this on here so you can kind of see how it's going to go. We're going to set it up for you on with a better vantage point, but at least this finished product will go on here right now so you can see what it's going to look like. So it's a very dramatic, tall centerpiece, or it could function as a buffet arrangement or a bar arrangement, or you could sit on your kitchen island where we usually have our buffets. So it's a very versatile arrangement. Just wanted to show you how dramatic arrangement like this can be when you put it on a prop like that. All right, and we're going to move on to another large arrangement that we're going to use for the buffet table for my client's house. This is actually going to go on the bar. All right.